Next contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Well, this has been an issue that has been escalating for quite a number of months now. And we saw it hit new heights a month ago in our 8-man tag team matchup. Atticus and Otis are still holding over Otis's neck the masks of Dropkick Dave and Uppercut Ulysses. Those two were assaulted, they were maimed, they were unmasked, they were left for dead a number of months ago, never to be seen since, but they're very close friends. Defarge and Crummels took upon the fight, and they want nothing more than to extract revenge and return those masks to the rightful owners. That's been almost a trophy, a symbol of the conquest of Atticus and Otis, those masks they wear with such pride.
Well, they certainly wear them with pride. Thankfully, I'm glad that Ulysses and Dave are gone, but that's just my opinion. But Crummels and Defarge could suffer the same fate.
They could.
And you'd have to think that the combination as a whole is not very happy.
Well, I've never seen the culmination in a great mood, without a doubt. Especially if you go back to Outbreak, all their plans just went up in smoke, thanks in part to these guys. Well, the traveling businessmen have some business to extract here. You notice in the hand of Sonny Defarge is the wooden crutch that was broken over the bodies of Dave and Ulysses some months ago. They're still carrying that around as a reminder of what happened. And a chance to perhaps get some revenge if Defarge and Crummels can use that crutch. What do you think?
Well, no doubt they could certainly get revenge for their friends, and we've said earlier, revenge is a interesting motivator. It makes you do certain things you may not normally do. It makes you do some things that maybe you shouldn't do. But here's my question, Joe Dombrowski. Mm-hmm. What does, obviously, avenging their friends, we know what they have to gain, but wouldn't you agree that they have much more to lose by going against the combination, specifically the Cogar brothers?
Hey, there's always a risk when you face the culmination, and the culmination have been volatile lately. Crimson was excommunicated thanks to the culmination, and we saw Gory, Remy, and the Cogars come up short in that 8-man tag against Nate Wing's Aaron Williams, Sonny Defarge, and Cornelius Crummels. So, bottom line is, the culmination have come into Powder Keg tonight with an extra bit of aggression, an extra bit of focus, I think. We saw Remy LeVay showcase some of that against Crimson earlier until Crimson found that fork. But now, Atticus and Otis, they still feel like this company is theirs for the taking. And to me, the ball's in their court because things have not gone their way the past number of weeks.
Well, certainly not. That obviously doesn't make them happy. It doesn't make Gory happy. And we've seen what happens when Gory isn't happy.
Well, keep in mind what happened after that 8-man tag. Gory got in Atticus' face and slapped him. Blamed him because Atticus was the one pinned by Nate Wings. And this is the first ever 2-on-2 standard. Oh, my God.
Oh, Joe, have you ever had somebody lick their hand and slap you?
He didn't just lick his hand. He licked his hand after Cornelius had sneezed on his hand.
Well, yeah, I was trying to, my stomach's a little flippy. I was trying to leave that part out, but...
Gentlemanly business-like tag between Cornelius and Sonny Defarge as Big Otis comes in. This guy's thick and he's got a low center of gravity. He is a very dangerous man. A lot of times Atticus takes the spotlight. He likes to be the leader of his family, but it's the quiet ones that sometimes do the most damage.
You know, Joe, at a slaughterhouse, they got two types of people. Ones that lead the animals in, and the other one that just, well...
Speaking of animal, Otis biting Sonny Defarge.
Well, it takes the animals to their fate, if you will. And Otis seems like the guy that doesn't mind ripping the head off a chicken now and then.
Yeah, with his teeth.
Well, whatever gets the job done, I suppose.
Defarge and Crummels, the former Chikara Campeones de Peleas. Unsanitary break there as mind games in the early going as both these teams feel each other out. Again, their first 2-on-2 standard meeting. And you can tell both are maybe a little bit flummoxed by the other as far as how they carry themselves because Neither team are moving in particularly fast. It's feeling out process.
Flummoxed. You know, some people are going to have to stop and look that word up. Wow, flummoxed. Not only do you get PCW action, you get the word a day with Joe Dombrowski.
And you know what? Talk about Sonny and Cornelius being former Chikara Tag Champions. Rumors are abounding of Premier Championship Wrestling launching tag team championships. And certainly, you got to believe that the rest of management, of course, as well as myself, are watching this matchup very intently for that reason.
I am too. I'm certainly interested. Well, you know, why didn't you tell me that? You know,
I just did.
Yeah, but you're supposed to tell me these things before. I don't want to be out here looking like a boob.
Oh, wait. Sonny was going for an uppercut, but Otis countered.
Oh, don't start. They're gone, Joe.
He tried it.
Let it happen.
They will never be gone. They're always here in spirit. A part of Dave and Ulysses will always be inside of Defarge and Crummels. Especially if they can get their mask back. Suplex. Elbow nicely done.
You know I never liked those two, right?
Suplexes and elbows?
Yeah, Suplex Steve and Elbow Edward. Those two, yeah. You know who I mean.
Maybe they could be future tag team champions.
I should get paid more.
Atticus arm drag. Drop kick nicely done. Atticus, he's in that welterweight weight class, but he can hit you as hard as anybody, regardless of size, without a doubt.
And you'd have to think that Gory has something to do with that teaching.
Walking up the torso of Atticus Cogar. And Crummels using his body as an offensive weapon. Clothesline nicely done, Sonny Defarge. Could be a cover, could be only two.
You know, think about the culmination tonight as far as what we've seen at this point. I don't know if you would call the Remy LeVay and Crimson matchup a win so much for the culmination as a survival.
By the way, Atticus into the eyes. Tagging in Otis, but Sonny Defarge showing his reach advantage. Yeah, I mean, it was a win on paper to an extent. It was a win in the sense that Remy got pulled out of there in time and that Gory wasn't manhandled by Crimson. But certainly not what we expected to see as Otis gets tripped up and dropped across the knees. Nicely done. Cover to Ken Olin.
I don't think I'd ever seen that. Must have been a business-like takedown. You know, do businessmen still wear suspenders? What year are these guys from?
Not too sure. Doesn't matter because they're making headlines in 2017. Here's Cornelius, double spring. Oh, got caught. And right into the waiting arms and the waiting feet of the Cogars.
I think Cornelius there took a little bit too much time trying to set up that maneuver, and he paid for it.
It's Atticus just aggressively choking Crummels, and you got to wonder, you know, we talked about with Crimson and Remy earlier, it wasn't about wins and losses. What is the motivation for the Cogars here? Do they want to beat Defarge and Crummels and get them out of their lives once and for all, or do they just enjoy causing pain and punishment? It's a drop kick by Atticus. That may be a statement.
Well, normally I would say it's all about causing pain and punishment, but at this point, I don't know where the culmination's goals are as a whole.
Low forearm by Otis. Into the cover for two. By the way, Atticus wears suspenders as well, but I didn't see you complaining about that.
Well, his are a different color of suspenders, and he doesn't listen to these, does he? You don't, like, send him stuff or anything? I don't know if you guys are close.
I mean, I've seen some of the Cogar brothers' videos online, and they still, like, use VHS. We don't release this on VHS, so you might be safe.
But you've never been invited to their compound. I'd love to see you go out.
Unfortunately, I have gotten a couple invitations, but I never exactly felt welcome, if you know what I mean.
Well, you should head out. I could certainly find somebody else to take your
Otis with a splash. Excuse me? Otis driving Crummels face first into the turnbuckle.
And that's one thing you mentioned earlier about Otis. He's got a very unique offense, an offense that maybe more than anything is designed to just bring pain to a person. It's almost cruel. Almost. The reason I say that is because of who he's doing it to, and I love it.
Yeah, do we need to queue up a video package and show you all the cruel things they've done? Tried to set somebody on fire 1 month. Ended more than one career.
Well, maybe it was cold out, Joe. You know, you'd be surprised what a good fire can do for a person.
Stop it.
I'd also like to point that I am very glad that we are where we are and not out there.
And look at this. Atticus putting the dropkick Dave mask right in the face of Cornelius Crummels, just taunting him.
Well, see, that's like I said earlier. I don't really know where their minds are. Certainly always pain is an option, and wins are nice, but I think more it's sending a message, and that's what Defarge and Crummels are experiencing right now.
Absolutely. Otis wiping his sweat on one of those masks. I mean, it's almost like every time they handle those masks or just defile them or desecrate them, it's almost like they're reliving what they did to Dave and Ulysses time and again. Look again. Crummels wants nothing more than to get that property back, and the Cogar family and Otis and Atticus just toying with it. These guys are sick.
I was just going to say it's a bit of sick, twisted pleasure.
It's almost a euphoria, almost orgasmic that comes over these guys when they're in this environment and in this element and able to watch their opposition suffer, not just physically, but psychologically.
And not a great position, or a great position if you're one of the Cogar brothers.
Oh, look at this. Cornelius out of the way. And able to take Atticus down. Can he adjust enough to get the tag to Sonny Defarge, who's been waiting for many minutes?
He's certainly the fresher of all these 4 individuals. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, the big man in there. Otis and Atticus taken down. And the mood and the tempo has changed. Call him, BC Steel. Uppercut, 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 uppercut.
I was waiting for it, Joe.
Oh, big collision there. Nobody moves. Springboard uppercut.
Shut up.
Shades of Ulysses. Told you he was here in spirit. Oh, no. Atticus downstairs. Oh, and Sonny Defarge turns around to a hell of a clothesline.
Well, Sonny Defarge got the people behind him.
Oh, I would hate to be the Cogars to come back to Gory. Let him know that they failed him 2 events in a row.
Oh, wait a minute, Joe.
Sonny's got the masks.
Joe, this is not going to be good for the Cogar brothers.
Sonny has regained the property that rightfully belongs to the extended Cogar family. Oh no, Atticus and Otis, excuse me, from the outside. Pounding away at Defarge now. And I think they noticed what they consider to be their property taken. And they just snapped. Here comes Cornelius. Oh, Cornelius on top of everybody.
You know, he took out the Cogars, but he took out his own partner now, and right now we got all 4 men down on the outside. It seems Crummels and Defarge are the first 2 to regain their footing.
Oh, without a doubt.
That doesn't bode well for Atticus.
Atticus in a bad way now as Defarge measures him. Otis and Crummels on the outside. Oh, Otis distracting. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a crutch! Oh, God! The crutch Defarge brought out that was used on David Ulysses. Atticus found it. I think Atticus is absolutely incensed at the fact that Defarge took those masks, took those trophies back, and now just digging the jagged wood into the body of Defarge until Cornelius makes the save.
Well, it's like he was, I guess, a form of exploratory surgery, just beating him down.
This match is over. That's an obvious disqualification, but the fight hadn't stopped. And Otis takes down Cornelius.
Well, that's the problem. Cornelius Crummels focused on Atticus forgetting all about Otis behind him, and he paid for it.
Well, this will be a disqualification win for Crummels and Defarge, but I think Gory and the culmination will be damn happy with this. God! The Cogars get the last word, and the Cogars, yeah, you almost figured it would happen. They get the mask back.
Well, Joe, you can not like what happened, but Sonny Defarge and Cornelius Crummels did bring that crutch out there. So it was them that brought that. I don't want to say it's their fault. Actually, I guess that's what I'm saying at all. It was their fault what happened.
Oh, you got to believe this is far from over. Between the Cogars, Crummels and Defarge, the Cogars with that crutch, they got the mask back. Personal stakes and physicality just keeps escalating between these 2 tag teams.
Cornelius Crummels and Sonny Defarge.
Well, it's a victory, but not the way, not the revenge Crummels and Defarge wanted. There'll be another day for these teams to clash.